Hello, my name is Mohammad Zabat. My student number is C15745405. This is my second year semester 1 OOP assignment. I'm gonna try to briefly describe what I'm doing in this assignment so you can get an idea of how it works. So after you run the program, you are prompted with this screen, which is the welcome screen. In order to continue, you have to input a name. If you won't input a name, nothing will happen. For example, if I press enter here, nothing is happening because the input is empty. You are allowed to enter up to 12 characters. For example, this is the limit. I can't enter anymore. I implemented also a function which erases parts of the strings. So it's basically a backspace. So yeah, if we want to run here, we can do, for example, test 1, 2, 3. I wanted to accept also numeric values. And after we press enter, we are prompted with a loading screen for 3 seconds. It's just a basic loading screen with a ball moving inside a rectangle. This is the main page. Now I'm gonna start from the top to the bottom and explain what each part does. Or actually I'm gonna go with the little blocks, as you can see here. I'm gonna start with this block. This is what I call the widget block, because here we have basically widgets, which are 3 logos here. They don't do anything, they're not animated, but we have this clock here which is animated. In order to create it, I drew 3 gray arcs here, and on top of that I took the current time, which is 1341 whatever, and I mapped that value into an arc that goes from 0 to 2 pi. Actually it goes from minus pi divided by 2 to 2 pi minus pi divided by 2, because we start from this point, not from this point. And basically we just display the arcs on top of this gray arc, of these gray arcs, sorry. Now I'm gonna go to the bottom side, which I call the navigation bar or something like that. Here I have 4 buttons, which are the map, weapons, armors, and records. Whenever you hover a button, it gets highlighted. I always have the current page highlighted. For example, now we are on the screen that contains the weapons. If we go to another screen, it's gonna be another button highlighted. The background is actually a black background, and I drew these 2 borders. The outer one is drawn with lines and arcs, while the other one is a P shape. Actually, I used a P shape for the inner one because I wanted to fill the color here, so that was not possible unless I had a shape, and I didn't feel like using a rectangle and like guessing from which pixel to which pixel and size like that. I wanted to be precise, so that's why I went with a P shape. And on the main box, if you want to call it like that, I'm gonna start from the top. We have here the name that we selected, the test123, the profile. This little bit here is mapped, so if the name would be shorter, this line would be shorter, or if the name would be longer, again this line would be longer, and the same the distance, so it would be maybe around here. Here I have some text, just says create a loadout. Here I have the main part of this page. I have 2 boxes which contain images of weapons, and next to the boxes I have little arrows which help us navigate. Whenever you hover an arrow, it gets highlighted, and underneath the boxes we have some descriptions of the weapons. For example, this is the primary weapon area, as you can read here, and it displays the name, it displays the damage, fire rate, reload speed, and clip size. The same happens for the secondary weapon, which basically is a pistol. Whenever you press on any of these arrows, the image changes and the data that is displayed also changes. I only added 3 weapons because I didn't actually know how to create the images, so I had to ask a friend, and for that I didn't really feel like bothering them too much. So if I would want to add more images, I could do that. I actually made everything really easy in order to add new elements to the game. Here I have the secondary weapon, which is also works just as the primary one. As you can see, whenever you change something here, it also changes in this little box. This little box, I call it the loadout save. Whenever you press it, this loadout will be saved into a record, into the text file that we created by using this name on the first screen. I'm gonna save a bit later after I'm gonna take you through all the screens. For example, if I go to the maps mob button and press it, you get this animation, which is really neat, to be honest, if you ask me. It changes colors every time you run it, so the first time it goes from pink to blue, then from blue to purple, and so on. It keeps changing colors. This is the map screen. It basically has the same elements. The main difference is that here you have only one box instead of two boxes, obviously because we don't need two boxes for the maps. So the same thing is happening right now, because I'm displaying an image, swapping through them. I have here the descriptions, and everything goes into the loadout. So and the third screen is the armor one. As you can see, the login changed colors. Here we have the armors. I have only 2 armors, but I think that's enough. Again, same thing. We have the widget box, the main box, the navigation box, and the loadout save box. If we go back to the weapon screen, actually we could have done this anywhere. For example, let's say that I wanted the M99 Saber and I don't know, maybe this pistol, the S4 Talon. Here I have like everything I've selected. If you noticed, when we first ran the program, we already had some presets. That's because I wanted it like that, for example, so people won't be able to save anything blank. So you always start with the first weapon, first primary weapon, first secondary weapon, first map, and first armor. Now that we changed them, we can save them, and as you can see, this also gets highlighted when you hover it. When you press it, you get prompted by a pop-up. If you go again and try to press the save button, it doesn't work unless you close the pop-up. This is so you don't get multiple saves into the same file if you don't want to. So if you hover this OK, it also gets highlighted. Now for the fourth screen and the last screen, it's the record screen. When we go there, after the 3 seconds loading display, we get here what we chose earlier. You can have up to 14 records displayed here, and this part is the only different one from the other screens, because you don't actually have the widget area, you don't have the save button, you only have the bar for the navigation, and you have an extra button here which says delete all. So if you press this button, it gets deleted and it says deleted, and you press OK, and then that's it, it's deleted. So this is basically the program I've been working on. I'm planning on extending what the functions do. I'm planning on adding some more things in the future. I wish I had a bit more time to work on it, but overall I'm happy with what I've done. I hope that you liked it, and thanks for watching.